Okay, so let's continue with our next video in our MCP tutorial series. So in the last video, we see how to create your own server. So we created a simple MCP server. We connected with our uh, host application, and we chat with our host application, and we found the response is coming from our server, or you can say our tool, the tool which the server has provided, right? And in the last video we see how you can test that as well locally using FastMCP dev inspector command. You can inspect that as well. Along with that, when we did the entry using the developer tool, there is a command as well, FastMCP install Claude Desktop. And in the last video, we figured out if the Claude Desktop is installed at your different location, then this command is not working, right? Then what I did is I raised a issue in their uh, basically repo, and raise a PR, and because it was an issue, it was not an issue, it was not a functionality, because they were dealing with the hard code path. So let me show you. So I raised this issue because if I go here, earlier they were dealing with this hard code path, right? So if your Cloud Desktop is installed at this path, then that particular command is working. But in my case, it was not installed at that path, so this command was not working. So I raised a PR, and the PR get merged, and hopefully when they are going to deploy this uh, the new version, and in the new version you can pass the hyphen config path parameter, and so irrespective of whether your Cloud Desktop is at the default location or not, it's going to work. But anyhow, in this video, we are going to create a MCP client. We know till now we created a server, and even though we connected the client with the server, right? So let me go to the architecture diagram. We connected the client with the server, but this client we have not created. We use the MCP host application. MCP host means, like in our case, we use the Cloud Desktop application, and the Cloud Desktop internally provided the MCP client functionality, right? But how you can create the MCP client? Let's suppose if if you want to create your own application or own ChatGPT application, and in your own ChatGPT application you want to provide the MCP client functionality. Basically, it means that application is MCP host. Then you should know how to write a MCP client, right? So in this video, we will see how to write a MCP client application. It's very simple. We still going to use the fast MCP code. So let me go to the fast MCP repository, and go fast MCP. And here, and if you see, we have the apps, we have the server. You could see this is the server section, and this is the app section, and here this is the client section. So if you click on the client, all right, so here is some code is given. All right, so we are going to write that code. So in the last video we created a server.py. So in this video we'll create a client.py. So let's create a client.py. Okay, and it's very simple. Let me open it side by side so that you can invest. So here to create a server we imported a fast MCP. To create a client we imported the for import the client. We import the client. Okay. So in the last video, we for the server we initialize that client, and to create a some MCP server. So here we will create a client. Client is equal to client. Okay. So client should be connected with the server. And one thing is that when I check the logs, when we check the logs in the last video, because until unless you don't know what the client is doing, you can't write the code like what you are going to write here, right? If you don't know what the client is, because here we know server provides the tool, server provides the resources, server provides the prompt. So that's why you write a code. You provide the tool, you maybe write resources, you maybe write prompts. But what client did, So client did two three things, right? Client connected with the server, right? Which means there should be some command for connection. There should be some command for connection with the server. Okay. Client list the tool, because as soon as the MCP host application gets started, client automatically connect with the server. Okay, we create one command with connect with the server. It lists the tool, it lists the tools, it lists the resources, it lists the prompts as well. Okay. And what also client do, when llm when LLM prepare API, LLM send that API to the client. So let me show to go to the diagram, MCP architecture diagram. So this LLM, when we tell, okay, what is the, like the Airbnb API, can you find the available location in London? So the user send the query will be combined with the tools. So how the tools come, because MCP client connected with the server, so there is a connection, there should be some connection code, there should be a list, it lists the tools as well. So all the tools with the query go to the LLM, and then LLM send that query to the client, and then again LLM decide which tool needs to be called. So MCP client calling that tool, so which means there is another functionality call tool. Correct. So we need to implement all these three functionality, and it is very simple. Okay, so here is the client. So which server, because currently we will connect with some server, which server? So our server is exist in this path, server.py, right? So client should connect with the server.py. So client will connect with the server.py. Okay. Okay. And why I could server.py, if you click on this definition client.py, it accepts so many things. It accepts the fast MCP server. It even accepts the MCP config as well, but it accepts the fast MCP. So this server.py, it this my server is basically is of type fast MCP, right? And I am calling that only for MCP, right? So that's why I give the server.py. Okay. Now, what it needs to be done. So let's create a function, if name equal to main, right? And we are going to call some main function, def main. Okay. uh, Here there is one more thing. When the client is going to connect with the server, right, it should be the asynchronous call. When I say in asynchronous call, what does it mean? Because the client send the request, because the is the input output operation. Maybe server has some issue, server is taking some time, server is something. So client should not hold its request. Client can perform some other operation in the meantime. So which means we are going to create a asynchronous function. Asynchronous function. And how I know it's asynchronous function, I am going to show you. Because if you go to the client, here you will found, let me say ping. You could see all this operation, like it is going to ping that, is these are the asynchronous functions. Correct. So we mentioned async def, and how to call that function. If it is async function, we have to import async io, and here async io dot run. Okay. Okay. Now, uh what we need to do, we need to client uh, dot ping, right? So client is going to ping. So because what is the first step? Client is going to connect with the server, so client is going to ping with the server, because ping is a asynchronous. So we need to use the await. Okay. What next? Let me do some print connecting server, right? Okay. What next? It is going to list the tools. So print list available tools, right? Okay, so await client dot list tools, right? And it is going to give me some result. Let's suppose it is going to give me some tools, and I am going to print that available tools. Okay, what next? It should, it has the functionality to call the particular tool as well, right? So uh, await client dot call tool. So which tool it should call? So currently we have the get weather tool, so it should call the get weather. Okay, when it call the get weather tool, it should, it should pass, because get weather take some argument, right? So it should pass some argument and some value, because when the LLM is going to prepare some API, so which means this API is basically prepared by the LLM. You can watch my last video when we pass some prompt to the Claude AI, and if you expand that search section, you can see it's passing some JSON. So here, if you go to even official documentation, you could see we have the async IO. Why async IO? Because the main function is going to run with the async IO. We created a client, and there are many clients. If it is HTTP, you can pass HTTP. If it is a memory, in memory. But in our case, our server is already with us in .py file, so we did that. So main function should be async function. You can ignore that for this time being. We created a ping command. We created list tool command. We are not putting resources and prompt, because currently in our server we don't have the resources and prompts, right? Now we are calling the tool. So when we call the tool, we need to call, like mention the which tool you are which tool you want to call. Along with that, along with that, this tool accept the location, and location should be some location. Let's suppose New York. Okay, and it should give me some result. And let me print calling tools, and let me print the result. Print result. Okay, so I like we done that, but there is a one more thing. So this is a client. So uh, in like when we open a file, we use the open file and then we close the file. S- or you can use the with as a context manager. Similarly, in a for the client one, when we started a connection, we will close the connection as well. So we will better use the context manager. So because it's a async client, so we will do the async with client. So here async with client, and the remaining thing will be inside. And maybe if you want, you can put in the try except block. So this will be in the try, and this will be in the accept exception as hey print error occurred e. Okay, so let me close the server. Okay, so we have this. Now you want to test that. You want to test that. So let's test that as well here. So uv run client.py. So we are going to directly like run this. We are not going to make the server up. Why we are not making the server is because it is a client functionality. Even in case of the Airbnb, when we see the Airbnb example, we did not start the server. We just put the configuration. So when the host gets started. So host has the MCP client functionality. MCP client connect with the MCP server, start it, list it, and fetch the all the available tools, right? So we are not going to manually start the server. So this is the client functionality. It is going to start the server. It is going to uh, ping the server. It is going to get the available tools. So let's run that. Uv run client.py. So it is going to start a server at backend. We should see the response. So you could say it is connecting the server, it is listing the available tools, and all the available tools in our server. What is the available tool? Because I told you in one of the video, when it lists the tools, it's just not going to give me the name of the tool. It is going to give me the name of the tool. It is going to give me the description. It is going to give me the input schema as well. So this is the input schema. All right. So the same thing, it give me the list of the currently we have the one tool, so it give me one tool get weather, it give me the description, it give me the and then we are calling the tool. So when we call the tool, see we hard coded everything like the weather is hot and dry. Even if you see in my server, if you see in my server.py, the response is the weather is hot and dry. So the same response we are getting, the same response we are getting. So which means like our MCP client is working and we successfully created a client. In real world scenario, this thing will be called by the LLM because the LLM is going to decide which tool needs to be called, and LLM will give the command to the MCP client, and MCP client grab okay which tool I need to call, and then he's going to decide the which tool I need to call. So sorry, it will be calling by the MCP client only, but the MCP client will decide uh, which tool needs to be called. But currently we are like testing our MCP client, how to create MCP client, right? So we created that MCP client and we created with this server which we created. Okay, great. Can we, so this is our MCP client. Can we connect this client with some third party server? So the answer is yes. So let's go to the third party server. So model context protocols servers, and let's grab the Airbnb server in only. So this is the Airbnb server, and let me copy this configuration, and here config is equal to, so this config, right? Okay, here client is equal to server.py, but now I want to connect with this server. Can we pass the configuration? So answer is yes, because if you click on the definition, it can take the server, it also take the MCP config. All right, so we can pass the MCP config as well. So here just pass the config. Okay, we are passing the config. Let me, yeah, so we are passing the config. So it should start my Airbnb server. It should connect with the Airbnb server. It should list the tool which this Airbnb server provided, and this command will fail. Because why this command will fail? Because the Airbnb should not have the get weather, whatever, because we are calling the get weather. So let's first run that. You will run client.py. So it is starting a server at a backend. So you could see it connecting with the server. It lists the available tools. It give me the tools. The tools are the Airbnb search, and there could be one more tool as well, because it has two tools. So Airbnb search, it gives me the name of the tool, it gives me the description of the tool, it gives me the input schema of the tool, and the input schema took the location. So and that particular calling tool failed because the get by the tool is unknown tool. But I can call this tool Airbnb search, and Airbnb search take the location as a, if you see the input schema, it will take the location only. So I can, instead of the get weather, I can call the Airbnb search. And now let me try that. So you could see it is calling the tool and it give me the result, and it's very long result. And but in real world, because it is going to give you the some uh, locations of the Airbnb in the New York, which has a longitude, latitude, but you don't need to worry about these things. And it's giving the price details as well, 5 night, this price detail, Airbnb guest discount, this all the information. But for the LLM point of view, uh, LLM going to take care of these things, and LLM is going to provide you the response in a human friendly language. That is the functionality of the tool. So I think that's it. And we, in this video, we see how to create a MCP client, right? How to connect that MCP client with our own server, and along with that any third party server. So that's it. That's the end of the video, and thank you.